Hi everyone. I am sorry that we did not get to talk about our module last night, but I wanted to make sure that Dea had enough time to give her presentation about Reggio, and I know I speak for all of us when I say that her presentation was fantastic and definitely did not disappoint. I know she was able to answer a lot of the questions that you've had, especially with what you've learned from the last two modules. And so in this upcoming module, it's going to last about 3 weeks. And it's going to wrap up everything we've been learning about Reggio, the project approach. And I'm going to give you a few more visual examples this module of what the approach looks like. So let me get into what this module is going to look like and what to expect. You will notice that I have typed up your final 3 journal entries. So you're doing a total of 5 this semester. They are not due until December 9th, but I am putting them here anyway. And how I have structured this next module is this is our last and final module of the semester. So for the next 3 weeks, this is all you will be doing. Looking through the material, reading the material, watching the videos. And each week that we have our Zoom session, I will be talking about this very same module. You can come and ask me any questions about it or any questions throughout the entire semester, anything with Reggio, anything with emergent curriculum. We can talk about where you're at in the class, what you have questions about, what you're confused about. So really the next 3 weeks is for you to really refine your assignments and to finish submitting all the journal entries, and another video we'll talk about your web portfolio assignment. Okay, so let's launch into this module. I have uploaded the recording of Dea's presentation, although it is also on Tech Connect Zoom. So if you want to watch it there, you can as well. Then your reading assignment. We've already done chapter 1 and 2. We are not doing chapter 3. I am not asking that you read chapter 3, okay? I want you to skip right to chapter 4. So for your third journal entry in the installment of 5, you're going to read chapter 4. So after reading chapter 4, you will complete your journal entry number 3. And remember, your first journal entry was chapter 1, your second journal entry was chapter 2, your third journal entry is going to be chapter 4. And I want you to notice from here on out in your journal entries, you will have to cite or refer to any source that you have read in the module and anything you have read in the book. I want you to pay particular attention to the questions in bold. These are going to correspond to something very specific, whether it's in the textbook or it's something you've written in a previous journal or it's something that you've just learned somewhere else in these modules. I need you to be specific and reference these. This is not all about your opinion or your thoughts. Journal 1 was very much like that. These next few journals are almost like mini quizzes. I am assessing how well you have read and retained the knowledge in these chapters. And remember, if you read them, it's not a hard book. It's written in a very friendly, anecdotal way, similar to our emergent curriculum book. Okay, and the chapters are not long at all. Okay, so you'll answer all of those questions. And let me go back for a second if I can find my back button here. When you see things like this with all of these bullet points, I have students that have been asking me, well, do I have to answer all of them? Yes, absolutely you do, unless for some reason it doesn't apply to you. I know some of you do not work in a child care center, so you'll notice that I have started reframing all of my questions. Looking at the curriculum you use in your child care center as a caregiver or with your own children, answer the following questions. If you are home with babies, toddlers, preschoolers, elementary school students as a parent, you are doing stuff with them around the house. Every time you play a game or put out an activity, that's curriculum. The way you speak to the children, what you do with them. When you work in a child care center, your curriculum might look a little bit different. In any case, it's not an excuse to say you don't work with children. This is an advanced curriculum course where we are applying what we know about children. So you have to reach deep and find some way to answer these questions. Not answering them will not be acceptable. And if you think you cannot, you need to contact me immediately because I will have to give you another assignment to make up for these points, and they're worth a lot of points. Okay, I found a few great videos from a friend who works at Old Firehouse School. And this friend was really gracious and offered to let me borrow her very precious videos. This is her intellectual property that she is allowing us to watch. But basically, my friend Rachel is a teacher of 4-year-olds. She's practicing the Reggio philosophy and she's doing project work, and she's been doing it for about 10 years. And what she has created are these videos for the parents of the children in her care to talk about what a project looks like, how it emerged, how it evolved. And then she talks about all of the things, all the developmental skills they are learning. So I have done a little write-up and taken those skills and written them out for you so that you have a visual representation of what these children are learning. And so this is a fantastic video done by Rachel. And I really, really need you to watch it. It's going to really help bring home what project work looks like, especially in America. And then you're going to read chapter 5 in the book. So notice I'm just pacing out the things that you need to do in the order you need to do them. You can decide how quickly or slowly you want to get them done, because remember, your journal entries are not due till December 9th. I would highly recommend, as somebody who has been a student myself, do not wait until the last day to do all of your journal entries. I promise you, you will be so sad if you do, because this is a lot of work. Okay, so your journal entry number 4 is for chapter 5. And you're going to read chapter 5. And like I said, these questions are very specific to chapter 5. It's not just your opinion about documentation. I'm asking you to talk about how the book lists 8 uses of documentation. What are those? So again, this is like a mini test. I need to know that you're reading the material. And your journal should be a way of demonstrating that to me. So instead of a quiz, I'm giving you a journal entry. And again, every bullet point needs to be addressed, please. Okay, then I added another great video of documentation from the same teacher. This was the next year. She did a storytelling project. So this is what it looks like, again, with the developmental domains. Please read the description that I wrote about her video. And she's just a fantastic teacher. Okay, and then your final reading in this book is chapter 6, and that will be your 5th journal entry. Journal entry number 5, your 5th and final journal entry is about chapter 6. And I even threw in questions about Dea and her presentation. So again, you will need to reference material that you are learning. This is not just about your personal opinion. Then I have a little article, which I know I have posted before, but just another great visual representation of what observation and documentation is. And I'm sorry that it's not loading fully. Oh, it might actually only be 1 page. Oh, and this is your webbing portfolio assignment, but I will create a whole separate video for that.